Welcome to the I.O.U Mythos podcast. This is where I follow Naruto mythos as it grows with honest conversations about the game, the community, and everything shaping its future. Unfortunately, this episode highlights an issue I thought was behind us. It's an issue that initially affected my buying experience, but has now spilled over into my playing experience. And that is, unfortunately, the D word, it's distribution. Today, I won my locals tournament, and somehow I came home feeling pretty low. Winning your locals should feel good, right? You've turned up, you've played your matches, you've made the right decisions, you've adjusted when things didn't go your way, and you came out on top. Especially in a game like Naruto Mythos, where every round can come to one decision, one placement, one pass, or one card you didn't expect. So when you win, there should be that sense that the practice was worth it, that the time spent testing decks was worth it, that the mistakes from previous weeks actually taught you something. And on top of that, locals are supposed to give you something to work towards. For me, a big part of that are the promos. I'm trying to collect every promo that comes out, and organized play is where you're supposed to earn them. So winning should feel like a reward. Instead, I won today, got my participation packs, got my winner packs, and left without a promo. Okay, I'm grateful for the packs. But winning at locals can mean different things to different people, especially to the people who are genuinely trying to improve and putting real time into the game. You've spent the week testing your deck, changing cards, thinking back over your previous matches and trying not to make the same mistakes again. You've paid your entry, you've travelled to the store, and you've sat through every round, trying to play properly. Maybe you've been losing for weeks and this is the first time everything has finally come together. Maybe you've been practicing on the simulator every night. Maybe you've built your deck around the cards you could afford and you're trying to prove that it can still compete. Whatever the reason, when you finally win, it should feel like that effort has paid off. It should be the high point of your week in the hobby. And yes, part of the reward is simply knowing that you won, but organized play is supposed to reward the people who turn up, support their local store, and keep the competitive scene alive. In Naruto Mythos, a major part of that reward is the promos. So when you win the tournament, pack your cards away, and leave with nothing but the packs, it takes something huge away from that win. Now look, I can't wait to go to locals every single week. There's a friendly rivalry forming between some of the stronger players, I get to test whether I'm actually improving, and we're seeing new people turn up every week, which I'm always pleased to see. This week, we actually had a couple of new players who travelled down for the anime convention in Birmingham. They'd brought their decks with them and had clearly been putting in some practice beforehand. One of them was even playing the Itachi Ninetales deck, which is a deck I've been trying to build myself for a while, just haven't found the right balance. So it was cool to go through his deck with him and even point out some strategies he might have been missing. There are plenty of reasons why I look forward to locals. I enjoy the people, I enjoy testing myself, and I enjoy trying to win a little trophy at the end of it. And in Naruto Mythos, that trophy is the winner promo. I'm trying to get 2 copies of every card in the game. When a promo comes out, I want to attend the event and earn it properly. I'm not against buying cards in the resale market, sometimes that's your only option, but when there's an event that I can turn up to, play and earn the card myself, that's how I want to try and get it first. And this is where the distribution issue has changed for me. Initially, it was affecting my ability to buy the game. I placed a pre-order for a case on the 5th of February, more than 4 months ago. The case still hasn't arrived, and now I'm arranging a refund because the supplier just isn't going to receive that stock, it seems. These shops appear to be operating as normal. They place their order with distribution, they're even given an expected delivery date, and they expect the stock within whatever period has been promised. Then that date arrives, I contact the shop again, and they still haven't received anything. So that was the problem initially. But eventually, I did manage to get the cards that I needed. I built my deck, filled the gaps, and started competing. So I thought that part of the issue was behind me. Now, I just want to compete for the cards that don't come inside booster packs. And once again, whether I can get them or not is completely outside of my control. It now depends on whether the local game store receives its promos or not, whether it receives enough of them, and whether they arrive in time for the event. I don't fully understand how the system works, I'm not going to pretend that I do, and I would genuinely like to know whether stores are ordering a certain amount, being allocated a certain amount, or simply receiving just whatever is available. But whatever is happening, it should be reaching the players. And the UK player base is still struggling. Let's call a spade a spade. Players exist, but they're fleeting. People are interested, But it's difficult to build a stable player base when stock is difficult to get and the promotional support at events is unreliable. I mainly play in Birmingham. If I want another option, I'm driving around 70 miles to Nottingham. I've now experienced some kind of promo problem at every local game store that I've attended. The first one, they didn't have the participation promos at the time, so we were effectively given an I.O.U. That's fine, because I believe they still have them waiting for us when we go back. Then there was the pre-release. This one really bugged me. I did win the event, which was great, and I'm really happy that I won the Itachi winner promo, but apparently there weren't enough participation promos, so everybody got to choose either the Sasuke or the Sakura, and I actually don't get either of them because I already won the winner promo. I'm not sure if that's how it works everywhere else, but because they didn't have enough, I couldn't get a participation promo. How am I supposed to get either that Sakura or Sasuke now, except for the resale market? I did what I could. I went to a pre-release event that I found. Where are the rest? I don't know. Not many people doing them. So I don't understand why winning means that I don't receive a participation promo. Am I sulking? Maybe. I don't know. But the pre-release period is finished now, so there are no more events that I can attend where I can get those cards. That was the only one I could find. So I've just lost my opportunity to earn those cards. And now we've got the situation at my current locals. Last week they didn't have the new promos, so they gave out some of the older promos that they still had. That's nice of them. It's still a solution. But this week they didn't have either. They did warn us before we played and said if you don't want to play, that's absolutely fine and understandable. They have ordered more, but they don't know whether they'll receive enough to backdate any of the missing rewards. So kind of almost play assuming that you're not going to get the promo this week. It sucks. It sucks. It genuinely does. Because this started as a problem getting the product. Now I've got the product. I've built my deck. I'm turning up. I'm paying to enter. I'm competing. I'm supporting the store and the local scene. And I still can't get the cards that are supposed to be rewarded to me for doing exactly that. And I know this isn't just affecting me. I'm seeing negative comments online as well from people who either can't get product or don't know when their product that they have ordered is going to even arrive. And even when people do manage to start playing, the promos are part of what brings them back. They give you something to work towards. They give people another reason to attend the next locals, enter the next event, and keep improving. So if people are already struggling to get the cards, and then they finally start playing but the event support isn't there, how are we supposed to build a stable player base? The players exist, the interest exists, but people can be excited about a new game one week and move on to something else the next week, especially when there are already so many established TCGs competing for their time and money. And I don't know exactly where the responsibility for that issue sits. Maybe it's distribution, maybe it's customs, maybe it's the couriers, maybe Brexit has made getting things into the UK very complicated. But the companies responsible for distribution already know that. This is their bread and butter. They understand tariffs, customs, potential bottlenecks far better than any of us do. We as players shouldn't really be feeling every stage of that process. We shouldn't need to know where the shipment is stuck or why one store has received something and another hasn't. Maybe announcements need to be held back until fulfillment has reached a certain point. Maybe stores need clearer information before events are advertised. I don't know what the exact answer is because I'm not the professional here, but the professionals need to work it out. The current system is leaving stores unsure about what they're receiving, and then those stores are left dealing with disappointed players. We've been told that if you submit 4 cards for grading through the participating company in Italy, you can receive an exclusive Kakashi promo. However, the offer is only available within the EU and not here in the UK. I understand that Brexit can create complications. Some companies may not have the infrastructure to accept submissions from the UK. Fine. But then what support is going to be put in place for the UK players? Are we going to receive another way to earn that Kakashi card? Or are we simply going to be left out because we're no longer part of the EU? This isn't about politics. It's about making sure players in one of your active markets have a fair opportunity to get the cards being released. The UK can become a major part of Naruto Mythos. We've got players who are travelling, competing, creating content, and trying to build a local scene. So I really do hope that that's being considered. And I am sorry that this has become such a negative episode. I genuinely thought we were starting to move past these problems. We've had a lot of good news recently. Store championships being announced, more territories joining the game through global expansion, and the plan of global synchronization should eventually bring different regions together. That's all positive. I'm still very positive and optimistic about Naruto Mythos. The game itself is incredible and it's only around 3 months old, so this all may simply just be early teething problems that eventually get ironed out. But I also don't think that problems get fixed if nobody talks about them. Sickaboom and everyone involved in getting this game into players' hands need to know that this is affecting the experience, because there may soon be more pressure as well. There are rumours and speculation that Bandai could be working on another Naruto card game. Nothing has been properly confirmed, so I'm not presenting that as fact, but people are already responding positively to the possibility. And I'm a diehard Naruto Mythos fan, but I'm also a diehard Naruto fan in general. If another Naruto TCG comes out, I'll probably play it. I'll cover it as well maybe. Plenty of people are capable of enjoying and playing multiple TCG games. But that doesn't mean I want Mythos to fail. It means that I want Mythos to be in the strongest possible position if that competition ever arrives. Because in the long run, players will stick with the Naruto card game that they can actually buy, play, and consistently access. And it would be a huge shame to lose potential Mythos players because they couldn't get the cards, couldn't receive the promos, or simply lost patience. Especially because I'm already receiving messages from people asking me how they can start playing. Honestly, those messages make my day. The fact that someone can see one of my videos, become interested in the game, and then ask me how to get involved is an incredible feeling. But it also puts me in a difficult position because I want to encourage them to get involved while knowing they may immediately run into these problems. So Sickaboom, please take note of this. Please pay attention to what's happening in the UK. I want to see this game grow. I had a brilliant time at the UK Games Expo. I'm seeing tournaments with 64 players being advertised in France, and I want to see that in the UK. I'd love to help organise a 64 player tournament here. The demand can be built. People are picking this game up and having a great time with it, but the promos need to be patterned, the stock needs to arrive, and when players turn up to an event, everything needs to be in place for them. Anyway, with all of that said, I just want to take a moment to thank everybody who has supported this channel so far. I only started it less than a month ago, and the support from the listeners and the wider community has been incredible. I've even had Spanish players asking whether the episodes could be translated, so from now on, I am going to try and include additional subtitled languages where I can. Naruto Mythos already has an international player base, the simulator has allowed people from different countries to learn and play together, and the physical game is now expanding into more territories. So I want the content to be as accessible as possible as the community grows. If you've been enjoying the podcast and the Naruto Mythos content on this channel, please consider liking the video. It genuinely helps more people find it. And subscribe if you want to keep up with the game, the local scene, and everything that's happening next. In the next video, I'm answering an important question. If you start playing Naruto Mythos today, could you be ready to enter a store championship by the end of this month? But more generally, could a completely new player reach a competitive level in just a few weeks? I'll be answering that truthfully and showing you exactly what I think it would take. Thank you as always for listening. My name's Kaz. This has been the I.O.U Mythos podcast, and I'll see you on the next one.